Hello. Okay, 2.83. So we're going to talk about anaerobic respiration. So when we talk about this, they want us to be able to explain that the pyruvate we made. So you remember here we made 2 molecules of pyruvate during glycolysis, right? So during this process, we can break it down even further to create some waste products. And when we do that, we don't get any more ATP. So that's what they want us to explain here. And all of this process happens in the cytoplasm. So it never makes it to the mitochondria. So anaerobic respiration. So let's spend some time on this. So again, glucose travels in your blood because if you eat things and it gets there. Also, oxygen ends up in your blood. When you breathe in, the molecules of oxygen pass through the walls of your lungs, through your alveoli, and they end up in your bloodstream. But if oxygen levels are low, so sometimes when you work out really quickly, or if you're working at an oxygen debt, there's not enough oxygen for you to do aerobic respiration. So we're going to do something called anaerobic respiration. So glucose is going to enter our, let's draw right here. We'll draw a hexagon because glucose is in the shape of a hexagon with a little carbon off the top. So glucose is going to enter here. We're going to make a little bit of ATP. I'm going to change this back to blue. We're going to make a little bit of ATP. Do you remember how many molecules? Two. 2 molecules of ATP. We're going to make 2 molecules of pyruvate. And in humans and also animals, humans are animals. In humans and animals, that the waste product of anaerobic respiration in humans is something called lactate. So lactate, or sometimes you might hear it as lactic acid. So when you exercise and you've got muscle pain in your wherever you're exercising, arms or legs, that is the presence of lactic acid. So that will make you feel that pain. So that's it. So anaerobic respiration in humans and other animals is glucose broken down into pyruvate. We get a little bit of ATP, and the waste product is lactic acid. Yeast, which is a small fungus, we used this when we were doing, if you guys remember, we were doing the enzyme reactions. So yeast is a one-celled fungus. It's a one-celled mushroom, and it takes a different type of anaerobic respiration. The first part is all the same. We have this process of glycolysis happening in the cytoplasm. We have our 2 molecules of pyruvate, but the waste products for yeast are carbon dioxide. So if you remember when we were doing that enzyme reaction, we were actually measuring, oh no, we were doing something else. But if you give yeast some sugar, it will make carbon dioxide, it will make this gas, and it will make some alcohol, and specifically ethanol. So those are the waste products there. And we as humans take advantage of this. So when you bake bread, right, you get like little holes in your bread. That's the carbon dioxide. So when you start cooking bread and you add yeast to it, those bubbles are producing and they make your bread rise, right? It puts holes, like when you cut bread, you can see like these little holes in it. So we use that to make bread. Also, if we're making alcohol, like if you're making beer or wine or any other type of alcohol, we use yeast and you get your alcoholic drinks and then also bubbles, right? So if it's beer, you see the bubbles on top of the beer. So that's it. So anaerobic respiration, we have no oxygen. We have this whole process of glycolysis, which is here, right? And then in yeast, our waste products are carbon dioxide and ethanol. And in animals, such as humans, our waste product is lactic acid or lactate.